in the depths of the Great Depression. People often rode freight trains searching for work. On March 25, 1931, a group of black and white youths were riding a Southern Railway freight train heading toward Memphis, Tennessee. Near Paint Rock, Alabama, a fight broke out between some white teenagers and 18-year-old Haywood Patterson. The white youths were forced off the train. Shortly after, 9 black teenagers were arrested and charged with assault. 2 white women on the train, 17-year-old Ruby Bates and 21-year-old Victoria Price, claimed they had been raped by the black teens, even though later evidence showed this was false. The 9 young men, later called the Scottsboro Boys, were Haywood Patterson, 18, Clarence Norris, 19, Charlie Weems, 19, Andrew Andy Wright, 19, Leroy Roy Wright, 13, Olin Montgomery, 17, Willie Roberson, 17, Ozzie Powell, 16, and Eugene Williams, 13. Only 4 of them knew each other before getting on the train. After the allegations, a white mob surrounded the jail, threatening to lynch them. The police moved the boys to jail in Scottsboro, Alabama, to prevent violence. Just 3 weeks after the arrests, the first trials began. The defendants faced all-white, all-male juries. Doctors who examined the women found no physical evidence of rape. Yet 8 of the 9 boys were convicted and sentenced to death by electric chair. The youngest, 13-year-old Roy Wright, received a mistrial instead of execution. Most convictions were handed down despite the lack of evidence. The case gained national attention. The International Labor Defense and the NAACP stepped in to provide legal aid and organize protests, speeches, and media campaigns. Samuel Leibovitz became the lead defense attorney, taking on the long fight for justice. In November 1932, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the Scottsboro Boys had been denied proper legal counsel and ordered new trials. Retrials were held with new judges and stacked juries. One accuser recanted, admitting no rape occurred, yet the boys were still repeatedly convicted. In 1935, the Supreme Court ruled that systematically excluding black people from juries denied a fair trial under the 14th Amendment, establishing that courts must allow racially diverse juries. After years of trials, appeals, and changed judges and venues, charges against 4 of the boys were eventually dropped and they were released. 5 were convicted again and given long prison sentences, ranging from 20 years to life. Some were released on parole between 1943 and 1950. One escaped and lived in Michigan, and Clarence Norris, the last survivor, was pardoned in 1976. In total, the Scottsboro Boys suffered about 130 years in prison for a crime that never occurred. The Scottsboro Boys case led to 2 critical U.S. Supreme Court decisions protecting the rights to competent legal counsel and racially diverse juries. It became a symbol of racial injustice and inspired books, plays, documentaries, and the early civil rights movement. In 2013, 3 of the Scottsboro Boys received posthumous pardons, officially acknowledging the injustice they suffered. Their story remains one of the most widely known examples of how racism corrupted justice and the importance of fair trials.